Hey, how's it going, guys? We are back with the final few episodes of Supergirl. Doing some catch up now. Doing some catch up. Only got 3 episodes left to go, so should be breezing right through this. Hopefully, breezing right through this in enough time, and then moving on to other things coming out as well. So yeah, Supergirl. So last time I think now, as you can tell, on to episode number 18. Last time we had episode number 17, which usually comes before 18. Um, but but yeah, no. So last time we had Lex coming back. Lex returned. He returned and he just had the weirdest fucking stuff going on with him. He apparently dude's in love with Lexi. Not with Lexi. With Nixley. Now he apparently he fell in love with Nixley in the future. So he traveled back in time with tech that he made with her, and then he gave that to her in the past, and he tried to confess that love to her in the past, and then initially she didn't believe him, but then eventually at the end she didn't fall in love with him at the end, but I think eventually in the end she agreed to forge like some semblance of like a partnership with him if he if he was so insistent and willing to actually help her achieve her goals and everything. So he did that. So he came back and he helped her out, and then he surprised the team too. He surprised the team and stuff with his reprisal after all this time. So we had that kind of stuff going on. Even better stuff with Kelly and Alex. We had both of them making the gayest plans to actually propose to each other, which was great. I mean, Alex wanted to get what's the dude's name? The alien bar that they're always visiting. She wanted to actually try and get that place kind of kind of organized to do the proposal, but then it had been booked out by someone else, by Kelly. So Kelly had actually booked it out for that just for that special occasion, and she decked it out with flowers and decor and all sorts of romantic stuff, and then they tried to do a proposal, but then I think the ring turned into like the love totem. So I think so. We had the love totem kind of coming in and going out, in the episode too. So it was like drawn by love and then deterred by hate and by like all the negative crap going on. So we had those kind of struggles. So then the ring turned into the love totem, and then that drew Nixley and Lex to them, and we had all that stuff going on. So in the end, just like a just on and off battles between the Super Friends and Lex and Nixley. So we had all that stuff going on. Then at the very end, the proposal happened, and of course, what else but a yes? What else but two yeses from both of them, and you know wedding plans and stuff going on ahead with them, and already browsing through wedding dress magazines with Esme and everything. Esme helping her moms pick out their wedding attire and everything, which is super cool. So very much looking forward to seeing what that conclusion in their story is going to be like. So we have that. Don't know what other totems we've got left. I think because we had some stuff going on with the hope and the courage and the humanity stuff going on before. I think couldn't destroy them. Couldn't destroy them. I think Lex recovered the one that they destroyed because it was pure energy. I think no, the love totem got destroyed. The love totem, 'cause I think Jean tried to fire one of his mind beams at it, and then it actually destroyed the original love totem. But then because the totems are still pure energy and energy can't be destroyed or anything like that, it just kind of converted and it kind of transferred itself like elsewhere. So instead, the same design of the love totem has now been kind of kind of etched onto the back of Esme's neck as a tattoo. So now Esme, the literal love child of Kelly of Kelly and Alex, is now the kind of I think she's fully alien, right? I'm pretty sure she's fully she's now the alien embodiment of the love totem. So now they've got to protect that child with their damn lives. But I mean, the kid is literally surrounded by superheroes, so there's literally nothing they can't do to try and protect her. So gonna be hopefully presumably a piece of cake. So there's that stuff. Was there anything else? I think just kind of like just wedding stuff, and then weird Nixley and Lex stuff, and I think there might have been some stuff with. I think was there anything with William? I think William. William might have actually ended up actually meeting up with Otis because I think he kind of wanted to sneak into Alexis' place and get some answers on all the criminal crap that he was doing. So I think he actually did set up a secret meeting with Otis. So it's Otis. It's literally the clingiest right hand man that Lex could have probably ever have in his life. So God knows how that meeting is going to end up and everything. So all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can recall from the last episode. So on to episode number 18 of Supergirl. On to this next one. So yeah, let's jump right into it.
Life is unpredictable. The world is unpredictable. There will always be a threat. You have to seize the joy when you can. Come on, we can keep everyone safe.
Go on, just take it. Take a night off. Take a night off.
Esme had some trouble at school.
Well, what
She's
happened?
okay.
Oh no.
Kelly's gonna pick her up. I should go.
We got this. Go.
Oh god, what happened with Esme? Is she being picked on? Is someone picking on her?
I will make oceans burn. The
Lex
skies will
Luthor's
turn
journals
black. We
revealed.
shall rule together, my love. Seems Catco reporter William Day has leaked Lex's private journal.
Oh.
How'd he get his hands on it?
I need to go. Who knows?
Wait, what?
La verdad que estoy encantada de que los lectores del país.
Oh, Andrea's speaking Spanish. Oh, that's so cool. We have not had that in ages. We have not had that in absolutely ages. Oh.
You had no right using my byline. Your intel has been most informative, Win. What was his personal
Win?
matter you wish to discuss?
Oh no, he's oh. I thought Win was actually fucking them. He's just from the future?
Yes, I understand.
Oh god, what's up, god? What bad news has he delivered?
Be that as it may, after obtaining all 7 totems, Lex and Ixley completed the All-Stone and anointed themselves King and Queen of the Universe.
Oh god,
The
Universal
forces
King
still
and
on the
Queen.
All-Stone began to fail. The Legion
Wow.
saw this as their chance to attack.
No, maybe not. Oh, good god. Jeez, you guys need to learn how to dodge. Oh, damn. Brainy with the wall running. That was so good. Oh. Oh. Sweet dreams. Oh, is that a dream portal? Dreamer, can you close the dream portal? Oh, they've got it. Whoa. Jeez Louise. Whoa.
They were making posters for the school's baking competition, and a mean girl made fun of Esme's chocolate roulade entry.
She was picked on.
Log. I didn't mean to use my power.
You can do your log?
Paint everywhere.
You can do your log?
No, it's okay. Someone draw on you?
She's got the love totem on her back. Please recognize it.
Yesterday.
Please recognize it. That's the love totem.
Is that a tattoo?
I have orders to return to the 31st century to help.
Oh, he has to
Maybe
go
you
back
have to return
home.
to your own time eventually.
That's what the call from Win was about.
In order to save the big brain, I've been called upon to merge with it.
To merge?
I will cease to exist,
Oh. We lose Brainy.
but as a part of something greater. I am a part of something greater. Here, in this time, I have a family. I'm in love. I cannot abandon them. I will not abandon her.
Oh. God, are we losing Brainia? Like, with 2 episodes left? Oh.
Until I say something you whispers like, you're going to keep me here, alone. Well, joke's on you. Because I'm used to being alone. Always have been, always will be. But I don't want to be.
So the truth gauntlet is just therapy then? Truth gauntlet is just therapy.
The truth is,
Those glasses that Mom and Dad gave me when we were little, they were such a big help to me. Maybe something like that could help Esme.
Something
She
to
had power
hone
dampers before
her.
when she was at that.
Oh, yeah, no,
school
those,
group
yeah,
home.
that
I'm
did.
not going to control her. It could just give her some relief. My glasses cut
Maybe
out the
tone
noise
down
from
her
it and let me
senses a
alone.
bit. Yeah,
They
maybe
let you
things are
hide.
overwhelming.
Hide my powers, yeah, but Kara, when you came to Earth, it was dangerous to be an alien. It's not like that anymore. I mean, she doesn't have to hide to fit in.
That's a fair
And I am
point.
certainly not going to make her suppress who she is. The world is
That's a
still
fair
pretty
point.
dangerous, Alex. It's just you're raising a child with powers now, and there's no way for you to fully grasp what that feels like. Okay, as you just said, Kara, she's my daughter, and I am raising her. And
Yeah, it's,
apparently, we need to set some ground rules here. Don't tell me how to raise my kid.
Yeah, I'd say this is up to Alex here. She would know best in cooperation with Kelly.
Why can't somebody else go?
If I don't go, it will mean the end of all Coluans.
Oh, the end of his entire race. Jesus, he's the savior
Hold
for
on,
his
let me go with
people.
We just have to accept that my destiny's there and yours is here.
I honestly don't know how to live in a world without you.
Oh, God, don't pull a Fitzsimmons on me. Don't you dare pull a Fitzsimmons on me. I couldn't handle that then, I can't handle that now. Don't. Just don't.
Butterscotch sticky buns? Your favorite?
You ruining pastries with your
I don't like
evilness.
sweets.
You bastard.
But Alex and Kelly are Esme's mothers. How they raise her is really up to them. I know you want to share.
They want her to be able to be open, and that's what's best for her.
It might be worth it to try and clear the air before the party tonight.
Definitely.
Some apple tarts for everyone here at the tower.
I'm at the tower.
Ironclad logic there.
They have powerful tempers and can manifest distinctive skin markings, which they use as camouflage.
Skin markings. Esme might have mimicked this student, which caused the rose tattoo on her neck.
And that would account for her erratic powers
So,
and her anger.
so it's nothing to do with the love... Is it really not nothing to do with the love totem? Because that is way too coincidental. The love totem gets destroyed and then it remanifests on Esme's neck. I don't know. I don't know.
John, I can't.
Oh god. Oh, Lexo suits. Lexo suit. Oh, they got matching suits now? Jesus.
My suit feels different.
Oh.
I thought you might appreciate a little extra oomph, so I custom.
You can definitely tell it's a CW there.
That looks like it hurts.
Just some 31st century nanobots to soften.
Oh, nanobots. Nanobots. Nanotech. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Breaking out the suit. Ah. Okay. Whoa. Shockwave. Nice.
Why, hello, Martian.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh, that was easier than I thought.
Oh, even he gets a suit, really? Even Mitch gets a suit?
Where'd you go?
And more importantly, please give a big round of applause to the new school baking champion.
I mean, who else? Who else? Who else was logically gonna win? Who else was logically gonna win?
It's really important to me that she doesn't feel like an other. I don't know what it's like to grow up as an alien, but I do know what it's like to not be living your truth. And I don't want that for her.
I'm gonna miss these two. I'm gonna miss these two. If you know, if there's anything I'm gonna miss about the show, definitely gonna be these two.
You really do care.
I meant every word I wrote in my journal. Albeit my didactic rhyming scheme lacked a certain je ne sais quoi. But I love you, Nixley. And that is not something that comes naturally.
I legitimately just got shivers. Not even chills, like good chills, like bad chills, shivers.
I'm beginning to see why my future self.
Oh, damn, they look good. They look good. Damn. Kelly, Alex, Cara, Lena.
It's a great choice.
Oh, jeez.
Dance floor, you and me. Come on, let's go.
Oh, yeah, let the brides dance. Let the brides dance. Oh, God. Brainy. Nia looks amazing. Jesus.
Excuse me, I need to hydrate.
Need to hydrate. Oh,
I
damn.
told Alex to take the night off, but I can't.
Oh? Yeah, that's definitely Cara dancing. That's definitely Cara dancing.
Do you feel your hand in mine?
Oh, God.
My
Oh,
head on your shoulder?
don't do this. Don't do this.
That's all that matters. Tonight's not the night to be Debbie Downer. We're here to celebrate Alex and Kelly.
I do not intend to be this Debbie with a sad surname. Come. I'll show you how they dance in the future.
Oh, damn. Have they got different moves in the future? Do they have different moves in the future? Oh, he's got jittery knees. God, they all look amazing. They all look incredible. Just, wow. Security system disabled. Oh, no.
Actually, I'll clean up later. Let's see if you can find the best hiding spot you can in John's office.
Oh, shit. Yeah, good. Just go, come on. Oh, please don't let anything bad happen to Esme. Do not let anything bad happen to Esme. Oh, Lex and oh yeah, of course. Who else but Lex and Nixley? Who else but Lex and Nixley? Oh, sugar.
Ah, William Day. We're looking for a girl. She's Daralian. About yay tall.
Oh yeah, they're looking for because she's the love totem. She's the love totem.
I'll find her.
Oh no, Esme, please tell me you hit someone really, really good.
Seems remarkably underwhelming.
Oh, is he gonna videotape the whole thing? Are we losing William? Alex has a gun. I mean, I can't really see this going any other way. Alex has a gun.
You're just a sad shell of a man.
Says the paperboy.
Jeez, I'm just waiting to see if he pulls that trigger.
There you are.
Oh no, you got in the closet of all places. In the closet.
I saw the cookies that you and William baked.
No, Esme, please don't fall for this. Esme, don't fall for this.
You and I ought to go have
Can she mimic her powers? Can she mimic Nixley's powers?
Would you like that, Esme?
Can she mimic Nixley's powers
We're
and
gonna have the grandest
force blast
time.
her back or something?
I just remembered one last thing I had to do.
Oh!
That was for leaking my journal.
Oh god, oh.
Remind them that I am always one step ahead.
Oh god, what's he leaving
Your
behind?
Shameful little back alley meeting with Otis. I arranged that. I win.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can he last? Can William actually last? Like, how fatal were those shots? Well, that's goodbye, William.
What if Esme somehow became the love totem? We need to get back to the tower now.
You really do. You really, really do. Oh yeah, his freaking death video. Yeah. Oh god, now Andrea's gonna feel fucking terrible about that.
He's dead.
Damn, R.I.P. to William, I guess. R.I.P. to William.
Esme's gone. Oh my god.
He tried to protect her. He tried his goddamn best. So yeah, starting off, I don't know, probably start with the ending. So yeah, R.I.P. William. R.I.P. William. That was, yeah, damn. They really took William, and I think that definitely kind of was, I think, executed at the very least in like a, you know, like a relatively emotionally kind of heart-wrenching kind of way. Relatively, like, you know, I think, you know, he, again, I think towards the end they definitely kind of gave him more of like an actual kind of like a not just like a protagonistic kind of presence, but actually making him like a likable character with something to do and something to actually kind of achieve, and making him actually, you know, likable in like in like a general sense, and actually making him helpful and stuff, and like not even have it like, you know, I think in almost any other season, in almost any other case, I feel like they might even like twist it into the route of actually him like actually having him exploit them, or actually having him, you know, try and get more than what he's allowed. But no, I think, but it being the final season, actually ending off his character, I think they actually did give him like a more likable kind of final few kind of episodes to actually kind of showcase him and everything. So, you know, I think that just kind of made his ending all the more kind of like, you know, again, like, you know, he spent pretty much the entire time actually protecting Esme as well. Like, he just kind of like, I think as soon as he, you know, saw the kind of security system was a disabled thing, and he told her to go find a hiding place, I like my heart started pounding from there, because then it's like, you know, they're like, this doesn't really seem like a simple B&E type thing. You know, then of course, who else but Lex and Nixley? Who else? But them, refused to call them Nixley, refused to call them that in any situation. So there's that. Yeah. So and I mean, I think I feel like Andrea also might start feeling somewhat guilty too, because you know, I think, you know, even in the video he says, you know, that's for like the actual shots were for actually, you know, for actually leaking his journal, and for like stealing his property, and actually leaking it to the public and everything. So I feel like, you know, because she was the one who actually did that. Because he never really got it. I think we actually saw her suiting up as a Krater and actually shadowing her way into his office and actually finding evidence and finding all these different things. I think it must have been. I think it had to have been then, because I think that's when she was in his own private office and everything. So must have been then that she actually found the journal among other things. So then that's when she leaked it under his byline too. So yeah, I think so. Then that I feel like like at least part of her is gonna feel pretty guilty, but then the other part is gonna be kind of consoled by Lena and Kara and Alex and everyone else, and being reassured that like Lex is a murderer, he's a psychopath. This is the kind of thing he does anyway, and like he like he easily finds ways to cross people and to kill them for even the smallest things. So there's that. And I'm glad that William and Esme got to spend some time together, actually bonding over baking in this episode, and actually him sharing some tips, even from India, like his own mother's kind of recipes from there. I think he said. I mean, I don't know if he actually mentioned his mother in this scene, but I think he mentioned before that I think he mentioned his dad was a baker. I think when he gave Lena some advice, I think he actually mentioned that his dad was he made a lot of different like pastries and stuff, and that's how he connected with him and everything. So there was that. But I think either way, I think it was fun to see him and Esme kind of bonding over baking, and even him offering to actually take care of her while the rest of them actually went off to have their like adult party time at the bar and everything, and actually giving them the chance to actually relax and wind down a bit while he took care of Esme, and actually again just bonded with her and spent some time with her and everything. So that was good. I think at least his final. Like not just his final moments, but I think his final few appearances were actually still something relatively good and supportive. But then especially his final moments were spent actually trying to protect that child and doing stuff, which is again, I mean that's just like this is just the right thing to do. So it's not anything to particularly commend. But then he still, I think I think he also, I mean. I think you might want to say he gave his life for her, but then at the same time, it's like like Lex killed him for the journal because the journal had been leaked. So by that time, Nixley had already had her hands on Esme. So it was only up to Lex afterwards as to what would happen to William after that. And of course, and of course after that, Lex was still continuously pissed off at William for having actually leaked the journal. So that just kind of seems So I think so. Then I mean, I wonder if we're actually gonna have any kind of like a send off for him in this, because again, last couple of episodes left. So I don't know if we're actually gonna have any kind of like a funeral for him, or like a memorial, or like a goodbye for him or something to send him off, or if we're gonna jump straight into doing some kind of like an actual battle against Lex. And I think they got to defeat Lex and Nixley soon, but I think I don't know if that's going to be like an actual predominant aspect of the episode, or if it's actually going to be split half between like an actual kind of memorial or funeral or something, and then actually split between a battle. But I guess we can wait and find out, because then I think if they cover both of those things in the next episode, I don't know exactly. I mean, well, no, if they cover both of those things in the next episode, then that leaves the wedding, the actual Kelly and Alex wedding for the actual final episode. That leaves the entirety of the wedding for the final episode. So I am totally cool with that. I'm totally cool with not only an entire episode, but the entire final episode being dedicated to the wedding. So yeah, so that would be cool. That would be cool. So. Yeah, but yeah, R.I.P. to William. R.I.P. to William. And I think, I mean, again, I mean, yeah, he was not given the best or like most likable or like most interesting kind of introductions onto the show. He was introduced, I mean, albeit him being undercover, he was still introduced in like a very, very kind of jerky and like unlikable kind of fashion. And then they kind of, I think some might even argue they just kind of covered that up with the whole cover story thing of him being undercover and investigating Andrea. But then even then, he was still, I think even I myself would probably kind of argue like going back to then. I think it could also be argued that he could have just as easily kept people at an arm's length. I think there were times when he deliberately went out of his way to be antagonistic or like arrogant or like even kind of like provocative and everything. But then he could have easily still maintained this kind of cover thing with just kind of keeping people at an arm's length and refusing to work with people and just kind of being kind of more distant and stuff, and that would have been more kind of tolerable. But there were sometimes when he was actually pretty much like an actual kind of jerk. So but then over time, I think since then, especially because I think he was introduced in what, season 4, I believe. I think he was introduced in season 4. So I think he like since then he's had like a bit of like a rocky journey. But I think coming into the final season now, I think they finally decided, okay, let's actually give him like a let's make his his final season along with everyone else's. Like let's make his final kind of character kind of presentation, so something a bit more positive and something a bit more warm and welcoming than what we've had before. So it's a good thing they decided to make him that much more positive before actually killing him off. So yeah, and of course, just to show Lex's kind of full-on murderous kind of appetite and his murderous kind of demeanor, of course, someone had to die. Someone had to die. So I think in that case, I feel like not to be horrible about it, but I feel like in that case, William was probably the expendable one. I think, and also maybe giving him that kind of like a kind of, again, not like a sacrificial death, but then maybe like kind of like making him the martyr. Maybe in that case, actually having him die for the story, or having him die for like the sake of like uncovering Lex as the murderer. But then, I mean, we've seen just how much like, I mean, it's not like it's gonna go to trial or anything, because I mean, even though there's kind of ironclad kind of video evidence of of Lex having killed William, we've seen the kind of power Lex holds over trials before, so there's actually no telling like what kind of strings he might be able to pull in yet another trial. So I don't know. I guess this time I think it might just be up to the Super Friends. It might just be up to the Super Friends to actually try and take him down and to take him out once and for all, to maybe even kill him. So if like all of them are, if all of them are actually willing to go that far to take him out, then I mean, Lena's done it before, and then it became a thing. So I don't know. I guess we can see, but yeah, R.I.P. to William. R.I.P. to William. And yeah, the rose tattoo thing. So I mean, yeah, I think so. Then they tried to kind of do like a red herringy kind of twist on it with the possibility of Esme mimicking the DinahMight in her class's kind of power of like the DinahMight having a short temper and like a short fuse and having skin markings and everything, and thinking that Esme was just kind of mimicking those things. But then even then, it's like her powers are meant to be within range, though. So it's like even if like I think she mimics those powers when she's within range, and then when she's not, it kind of wears off and stuff, or at least like she kind of like kind of turns it off, or just kind of loses it after getting out of range. So even then, it's like they explained that when it was like in the tower, so then, or even when she was at home. So I think like within reason, like when she's nowhere near that classmate, then the tattoo should disappear. But no, it wasn't. I think I knew, because in the last episode they deliberately sequentially showed it that way too. The love totem being analyzed in its damaged state, and then the new love totem blossoming all colourfully on the back of Esme's neck and everything. So it was way too much of a coincidence, and I think they just kind of like, I think for the sake of their own characters not knowing the truth, I think they just kind of like threw that kind of little kind of twist in there. But deep down, I was just kind of waiting for that kind of for the actual love totem truth to be revealed again. Because again, it's energy, it's potent, it can manifest it can re-manifest itself in all sorts of ways. And I think this one was the most obvious one, so it was bound to come back sooner or later. So then, by the time they figure out the truth, then they need to actually get back to the tower and do stuff. So yeah, Esme is the new love totem, and now Nixley has it. Nixley managed to actually trick her into thinking that she was a friend of her mother's and her aunt's, and that she got into her head through the cookie thing, and she managed to trick Esme. So yeah, I think after that, I think Dave might need to have like a much stronger, like a not like a stern talk, but like a somewhat kind of a stronger talk about not to trust strangers too easily or too quickly or anything. So because she's never seen Nixley before in her life, I think I mean besides from at the bar, I mean no. She saw Nixley at the bar, though. I mean, granted, she's a kid, so she probably wouldn't remember much, or she probably wouldn't really know what to think. But I think I'm pretty. I mean, well, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was only after Lex and Nixley actually materialized that then Kelly and Kelly then ran off with Esme, and then I think it was either Kelly or Alex. One of them left to take Esme to safety, and then the other one actually stayed behind to fight to fight Lex and Nixley and everything. So, pretty sure Esme was there when they both materialized, so she knows that like her parents were fighting the bad guys and everything. So, but then again, she's a kid. She doesn't know exactly what to think. She doesn't know exactly what to remember, and what's true or false. And I think again, she's alone, and this woman's in front of her, and it's like a very, very, very much like a fight or flight kind of moment thing too. So I think she doesn't know exactly what to pick or exactly what the right answer might be. So none of that is on Esme. None of that blame is on Esme. So yeah, now they've got their hands on the alien embodiment of the love totem. So that is not going to end well. So yeah. So I mean, I do wonder like how differently they can harness the power of a totem from a living creature compared to an actual inanimate object like a crystal. Because then with the crystal, they actually put it in the device and they harness the power, they absorb something. I don't know, I mean, yeah, it goes without saying they better not harm a hair on that little girl's head, but at the same time, it's like I don't know exactly how they actually might even use her. Like if they actually have to, if they have to like connect to her, or if there has to be like some kind of, you know, hand-to-hand contact, and then they just kind of warp together or merge or something. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. That's just like I think there's that one. And I think she already had the truth totem. I think she already found they already found the truth totem inside that old vintage video camera, and then they actually did the thing, and then she went through the whole kind of self-evaluation, self-analysis type thing within the truth totem, and then she even used it on Lex too, and then Lex just kind of continuously confessing his undying kind of commitment towards her. So there's that. But yeah, the love totem. I'm not sure how they're gonna harness it from Esme. But I think with Esme too, I think maybe it might be maybe it could run a bit differently too with her. Like I think maybe like maybe once they activate it in her, she could turn into like a beacon for it. So maybe like because they have all the other kind of totems that they have locked away in the actually in the Fortress of Solitude. So then maybe if these, because I think how many totems are there? I think there's 7, right? Pretty sure there's 7 totems. I think there are 5 in the fortress, and then and then Nixley has the truth one in her gauntlet, and then she has Esme now. So I think she has all of them now. I think she essentially, oh no, well she doesn't have all of them, but I think now we know of all of them, and now we've kind of experienced all of them so far. So yes, I think once I think maybe if they find maybe if they find a way to activate Esme and activate the power of the totem within her, then maybe they can actually kind of use her as a beacon, or maybe even use the other totems as a beacon, and just kind of maybe Esme's going to feel drawn to them, or they're going to feel drawn to Esme, so then maybe it's going to be something like easier to conjoin them or even find them in that way. So then both teams are going to be rushing and racing against the clock to actually try and save her and actually try and prevent the totems from uniting and creating the author and everything. So yeah, probably going to be high stakes. Probably going to be some, some moderately high stakes here and there for the next episode. So yeah, looking forward to those. And speaking of Esme too, we had some drama between Kara and Alex, and just for pretty understandable drama too. And I mean, I feel like for the sake of perhaps civility, I want to say both. I mean, both of them had fairly kind of valid points, and it was based off of personal experience and also personal perspective as well. But I think I personally do completely stand with Alex. I do completely stand with Alex in that perspective, in that stance too, because I think I don't think Alex kind of has. I think Alex has not only wanted a child for so long, but I think she's wanted it like she has wanted a child for so long, but also in the sense that she can actually not just protect that child, but then encourage that child to actually be who they are without having to worry about who they are, or like without having to worry about their safety and everything. I think deep down she still knows that of course there's still threats out there. There's still kind of hatred and bigotry and all sorts of things out there. Like that stuff is still out there. But then truth be told, I think I think she did kind of have a point in the world, like with even with aliens actually still kind of being different slash kind of better compared to when Kara was saying that. I think with Kara too, I think it's like that was a lot more to do. I think with Kara too, I think that was a lot more to do with Eliza and Jeremiah being like a lot more lenient and being a lot more strict with her, because especially with Jeremiah having gone off with the DEO to help them with their science stuff, and then Eliza being stuck with the kids too. I think with that one, it was especially Eliza's choice to actually try and keep Kara's stuff under wraps to keep her safe and everything, and that was Eliza's choice as a parent as well. Because then I feel like like way back, because then she was conditioned to believe that her powers and like her true self would have actually harmed her and the people close to her, and would have actually harmed her and the people closest to her, and then as a result would have actually put all of them in danger, and actually and she had to kind of wait until times and stuff were better, and she had matured a bit more to actually try and do anything. So there's that whole thing. But I think but then like now it's time for Alex and Kelly to cooperatively decide what to do, because I think in this sense too, I think they didn't specifically mention it because the tension was between Kara and Alex, but I think deep down I think like with it goes without saying that Alex probably likely would not do anything or choose how to raise Esme without also consulting Kelly first and actually trying to make it a kind of a co-parent kind of consented kind of decision to actually making sure that Kelly is also equally okay with actually raising Esme in this way. So then, but then even by that kind of logic, it's up to the parent. It's up to the parents, the mothers who are actually raising the child together to actually decide what's best for her and to actually see if and also maybe even Esme too if Esme actually wants to be able if Esme personally wants to control her powers a bit more or if she actually wants to be able to not have to worry about it and just kind of just kind of use it as kind of flagrantly as she wants within reason, then that kind of thing will also happen. But then I think with Kara, I think she was drawing a bit too much on her own personal experience. But then at the same time, I think at the same time, I think what was good was still the fact that she actually later on with John actually managed to identify the fact that it helped her out, and it helped keep things under wraps, sure. But then she still grew up miserable and closeted and just kind of lonely and barely able to connect with anyone on like a fundamental kind of social level, but then at the same time actually having to hide such a huge part of who she was, and even Alex being able to relate to that too, even Alex being able to relate and be she also knows she also especially knows how what it's like to hide even the deep smallest or biggest parts of your identity for such a long time, and actually having to hide that part away from the rest of the world because you don't think that anyone else will accept it or that it's going to be safe to come out and tell people the truth or anything. But then with Alex, she got one of the best kind of storylines in that regard as well. So that was great. But yeah, I think in that case too, I think just like in a general case too, I think I think the most obvious case being Esme having powers, but I think also just in a general case, Alex and Kelly will fight to make sure that their daughter knows that she can be whoever she wants to be, and they will love her no matter what, and she can she can explore herself in that regard too, and actually feel free to express herself to the world. And people might say stuff, but then that's very much like a them problem. If anyone does say something, then that's a them problem. You just carry on living your life. And I think obviously in some cases easier said than done. It's not going to be absolute cotton candy and rainbows, no pun intended. Um, but for the most part, her safety and her comfort is what matters most. If she feels more comfortable being open, then she absolutely reserves the right to be open about who she is and to use her powers and be whoever she wants to be and everything. So yes, I think it was good. It was good enough to still have both sides of that kind of perspective of one wanting to encourage openness and the other one understanding the safety the kind of safety that comes with it, even with being kind of closed off, even if it kind of does lead to kind of more kind of miserable kind of years later on or even during. But still, I think the kind of decision that they came to was a definite solid one. Kelly and Alex are the parents, they're the mothers. They decide with Esme what's best for her, and then they make a decision from there. So, and I think I think just I think again in general too, actually not even excluding the alien stuff, but just in general, I think that's also what kind of the kind of sign that points towards Alex kind of being destined to be a great parent overall too, like her, because again even her earliest kind of speeches and her earliest dreams of having a child included being able to take care of that child in the best way possible, but then also being able to take care of that child in every way possible and actually being able to provide for her child, because I think I keep saying child. I keep saying child. I don't remember if she specifically stated she wanted a daughter or if she was just happy with a child in general. But either way, I guess I vaguely remember one of her I think her season 2 or season 3 kind of speeches. I think she when she was telling Kara how badly she she wanted to you know like when she kind of fantasized about if I think one of her kind of dreams kind of involved she actually having a daughter, but then having a daughter who woke up from nightmares and then being afraid, but then her being there to actually console her. So I think in that instance, I think she did specify that she actually wanted a daughter, so she got her wish in that regard. So her overall kind of goal and dream is to be able to make sure that her daughter is provided for, but then also actually kind of taught to taught that it's okay to be open, and that, like, who she wants to be is what matters more than who other people think she is, or like, like, who other people expect her to be. And I think, like she, like, because of how much she struggled with being open until like a certain point in her life, at which point things kind of started, coming through, like the floodgates and everything. I think, like, from an early age, she is going to be taught that it's okay to be who you are, and it's okay to be different and everything. And that kind of parenting is going to be the key to raising Esme as part of like the next generation of, like, of kids who are actually better and more like open and indifferent to who people are and everything. So is like that kind of thing is still like really refreshing to see as well. So yeah, that's cool too. And then, yeah, we had the Brainy and Nia stuff going on. Brainy and Nia tension as well. Brainy actually called. I think when he said win, I thought we actually were gonna have win on the ship, but then I think that kind of would probably might not make a lot of sense, because then he'd have to travel back in time, or forward in time, then travel back in time again, and it's just gonna be a whole thing. But no, he called. He sent a time travel, space time continuum bending phone call into the future and called Win. And not even Win's voice came up. Like, it was like it was some other kind of garbled, kind of almost Morse code sounding kind of beeping and stuff and everything. And then apparently, like, I mean, not apparently, I mean, Brainy can. It's highly likely Brainy can understand that, but it was even Win's actual voice. It was like, almost like it was actually decrypted in some way too. Like maybe even actually being in like another language, or being like decrypted in some kind of like other kind of futuristic Morse code, perhaps. But either way, apparently he was talking to Win. He was talking to Win, and he kind of called ahead to see what could be done. But then I don't know if they actually gave it. I can't remember if they actually gave him any answers any answers for the actual kind of Lex and Nixley stuff. But then, thanks to the AI plague, the big brain in the future, the hive mind of brainies in the future, is actually under peril and needs fixing and needs repairing and everything. But then apparently the only way to do that is to have Brainy and all the brainies inside of him merging with the big brain, and then that means that Brainy himself would cease to exist. He'd become a part of the big brain forever. So then I think then his actual physical body would then disappear, or like probably just kind of like deteriorate, and then just kind of disapparate or something. But then his actual consciousness, and the consciousness of, and the consciousness of all the other brainies would then meld with the big brain, and then the big brain would be kind of like the host to all these other kind of brainies within the hive mind and everything. So that was his destiny. Apparently that was his job. And I think he also said that they told him specifically that it could happen after they finished dealing with Lex and Nixley. So after that conflict, then he had to actually return home and do what needed to be done. So yeah, and I think if he doesn't do this, then it means the end of all Collins. It means that the complete genocide of his entire race in the future, which is definitely a very, very bad thing to have to go through. So yes, I mean, I don't know if we're actually gonna lose Brainy in that sense either. Like, because then that means you'd have to leave. Like I think it was explored pretty kind of strongly in this, that his biggest heartbreak regarding this situation would be actually leaving Nia and leaving Nia behind, and not being able, and never being able to see her again, because then he'd die essentially, and he'd never see her again. So that's, a heartbreaking story that one does not wish to have to experience. But no, yeah, no, I just, I get these, oftentimes when I see them, I get really soft Fitzsimmons vibes, like, I get the softest, because it's like their relationship and their chemistry and their kind of whole history is still pretty unique to them. But I think when they're together and they're just kind of, they're just together and they're spending time with each other, and they're just kind of loving each other, I get the softest kind of Fitzsimmons vibes of both of them kind of being there for each other and actually being with each other. And actually, like, even that final scene of, like, like her being like, this is my hand in your hand and my head on your shoulder, and us together and in, unity and everything, like this is, us, like that kind of, that kind of dialogue and that and those kind of vibes and everything just kind of give me really soft kind of Fitzsimmons vibes and everything. So they definitely were kind of pulling Fitzsimmons vibes here with, even with I think I honestly can't remember whose line it was. I think it might have been Brainy's. Like, I think Brainy's or Nia's. Like, one of them said, "I don't want to live in a world without you in it." So that just that flashed me straight back to season 3, Fitzsimmons before Fitz kind of jumps into the Marveth portal and everything. Like, he's like telling Simmons he's not strong enough to live in a world without Gemma in it. He's just not strong enough to do it. So that didn't make me feel great. That just made me So that wasn't great. So I think now I think with all of that in mind, I feel like they are definitely kind of building up to Brainy having to do something. Like whether I think he if he does, then I think that means that the show literally ends off with him leaving Nia and then Nia having to deal with that. So then I can't really imagine that they take a. I mean, I can't fully imagine that they do it, but then it being the series finale, I think maybe that might just be how it ends. But then it's like, but then that's not really a happy ending for either of them. Now they just have to kind of say goodbye to each other and actually have to deal with not being together anymore, or at least because then again he's not coming back. If he goes forward in time, he's not coming back. He has to merge with the brain and die and then live on within the big brain. So then he never comes back. She never sees him again. So then that would be the end of Brainy. So it would essentially be like an actual kind of like a like an actual sacrifice and everything. So yeah, I do not know. So then it makes me all the more curious to know if they are actually going to pull it off and if they are actually going to go forward with that kind of like a kind of route for him, with like a path in life for him, and maybe if they can potentially figure something out before the battle ends and then he has to actually go back home. Because I mean they said he couldn't go back after the conflict, but I think he also not to be like really specific or not to like nitpick dialogue or like or even like even like a lack thereof, but then he also didn't specify whether they said specific like straight after the battle or really or even like oh, you can say your goodbyes and you can prepare and pack up and then you can leave and we'll still give you that kind of time, because then it's still it's still the future. So it's like he literally has a time shift. So he could easily spend like a like yeah, like relatively speaking, he could easily spend like a year more, like one more year with Nia and his family and everything. And I think even him actually talking about the two, like he actually has a family here. Like it's not just Nia. He has Nia, but he also has a family with her as well. Like he has Kara, he has Alex, he has Lena, Kelly, Jean, and now Esme as well. And Esme is easily his little sister niece person thing. So he has people, he has a home, he has a family, he has a life, he has memories, he has stuff here. So he was very adamant that he couldn't just leave all that behind, and he couldn't just kind of like leave it to die or anything while he went off to die. So definitely giving, I think if they are gonna take him away, then they're definitely giving him an emotional send off. So there's that whole thing. So yeah, so then I think so then in that regard, I think I feel like like again he could likely easily spend like at least a year more saying goodbye to them all, and then still use his time ship and just kind of travel forward to when stuff actually needs to happen. So then I don't know, because then even like speaking from like a time travel kind of point of logic too, so he calls them, they tell him this, but then from their perspective, he shows up immediately after they hang up and everything, because then that's time travel. But then from his perspective, they call him, he finds this out, he tells Nia, and then they finish the Lex and Ixley stuff, and then he spends a bit more time saying goodbye and actually making more memories in the present day before he travels back in. But then again, he could leave later in the present, but then still arrive on time in the future. So I don't know. I mean, I'm probably actually giving their time travel rules more benefit of the doubt than I probably should be giving them. But still, I don't know. It's still just, I guess it's still up in the air. Until I catch the rest of the episode. So Brainy and Nia. So I guess we'll see exactly what happens to Brainy. So then, because then if I think depending on what they do in the next episode, I think that's what will be the kind of determining factor as to that. I think I feel like that will definitely be the determining factor as to whether or not he'll actually have to go into the future and leave and take stuff with him and everything. So I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see. So yeah, and then I think there was the stuff with the Andrea thing too, her releasing that kind of thing, and her even having a talk with Lena and feeling already then feeling kind of feeling bad because she thought that the way that William had described her and talked to her kind of felt accurate and everything, so she felt worried about that. But I think now, going forward now, I think Andrea's going to be feeling a lot more guilty, knowing that, like, her actions then inadvertently kind of also played, like, somewhat of, like, a contributing factor to, Lex killing, William as well. So I'm wondering how she's going to deal with that too. If she's then going to help take down Lex, maybe that's going to motivate her to finally suit up as a maybe that's going to motivate her to finally not only suit up as a Carter, but then actually finally reveal her identity to the rest of the team as a Carter, and actually having her team up with them to finally take down Lex and Nixley in William's honor too. So I mean, we really haven't had like even since her introduction, even since her introduction, I feel like, besides from the Russell Rogers stuff that we had way back when, I feel like we really just haven't had like a whole lot of a Carter. Like we haven't really had nearly enough of her to exactly identify exactly what she is. If she's a hero, if she's a villain, if she's an anti-hero, if she's like what. Like I think so far she's really just kind of been like a super like so far she's been like she's been presented as little more than a superpowered character. She hasn't really been given like much of like a motivation inside of being a Carter. She's just kind of been, it's pretty much just been powers that that Andrea herself has that she uses from time to time to be sneaky and to be stealthy and everything, and tend to fight occasionally. But besides from that, she hasn't really kind of done any kind of hero work. I mean, maybe she doesn't really want to. Maybe she definitely doesn't want to. I think in that case she might be somewhat more like an anti-hero in the sense that she doesn't actively use her gifts to harm people, but then she also doesn't really use them to save anyone, or she doesn't really kind of join the super friends or like be a superhero like they are. So because of that, she's kind of like like indifferent to that style of fighting. So then she knows that she could be a part of them, but then she doesn't really want to delve into that lifestyle. But then now with William being dead now at the hands of Lex, I think that might finally be the incentive for her to join their ranks even temporarily and actually help them take down the villains. So yeah, I guess that'll be fun to see. But yeah, it's pretty much all I've got from this one, getting ever closer to the finale and getting ever closer to the end of the Totem story and the end of Supergirl's story overall, so it feels kind of weird to kind of feel like I'm really coming to an end here. But I guess we'll see how it all wraps up in the next couple of episodes, which I, again, should be getting through in a breeze, so hopefully. And then after that, moving on to stuff like Superman and Lois. I've got to catch up on Superman and Lois too, so that's got to be, happening soon. And then other shows as well on the kind of ever-growing backlog of stuff. So yeah, new year, new content, right? So yeah, let's go with it. Let's do it. So yeah, that was Supergirl season 6 episode number 18. So thank you guys as always so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then absolutely feel free to leave a like and comment what your thoughts are on this episode and how you feel going forward, and any spoiler-free thoughts, again catching up, so any spoiler-free thoughts you have on the stuff going forward, and how you feel about this coming to about this kind of an ending, and how you feel about the show coming to an ending and everything, and all that kind of jazz. And also the full-length reaction will be available on Patreon, so you can go check that over there. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So until next time, bye bye.